I believe Amaya had just snuck forward a little bit and seen what looked like humans who had somehow grown bone plating over their flesh and then muscle over that bone plating.
I'm pretty sure it was Archibald, actually.
It was
So there's a
Archibald that snuck
Hulk.
forward. Okay, right. Sorry, I was confusing the two. The two
so
skill
basically
sets.
they're just inside out.
Inside Out Boy.
They don't seem to have noticed your disturbances yet. And they are just a little ways down the tunnel. Now, I am assuming that you've got some kind of low light vision, and I think I'd completely forgotten about the idea of light on these. The silence is deafening.
Yeah, I don't think I do.
Sorry, I was reading the message discussion. But I think that we don't really have time to continue debating. We spent a good half hour debating yesterday. Yesterday being the last time we played.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about the low light goggles issue. That was entirely my fault for kind of not breaching that immediately. I do assume that you guys have flashlights, that you're using your flashlights on your back suits. That's not an issue.
I've got the light goggles, thank you very much.
Okay, great. So Archibald was able to sneak forward and use just the ambient light bouncing around the wall from his companions to see without shining his own light on them.
And also, how many was it?
Oh, you only see 3.
Alright, now they all lined up, so a single kill shot will kill all 3.
They have not all lined up.
Damn.
They are staggered, I'm sorry.
Baby, a triple.
Ooh, baby.
How bad would it be to actually just kind of like fight them in here?
Well, the section that they're in, it appears more stable. The risk you face from tunnel collapse is the section that you just very painstakingly came through. Here, as long as you don't go firing off mag weapons, and you're careful with non-mag weapons, your risk of the entire pile coming down on you is minimal. Not non-existent, but minimal.
So you're saying it's
Okay.
unfortunate that I have mag weapons.
I'm also hearing that being careful with non-mag weapons means that a grenade is out of the question.
I didn't hear anything about grenades being a bad idea. I think that implies that they're a good idea.
I've got melee weapons. I think I'm just gonna go in.
That'll be fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Amaya, so let me set the stage here. I know that you don't want to talk about it too much more, but Archibald does need to come back and communicate what he's seen, unless Archibald is going to do something about it right there and then himself.
If you're
Because
saying that using mag weapons is not the smartest idea right now, then yes, I'll go back.
Okay. Yeah, mag weapons do risk structural collapse. And Nox, is Amaya just kind of taking that incentive to go up and cut these down?
If we've got clear line, then yeah, I think at some point it just becomes better to take care of the problem than to risk backtracking and causing a problem in
Okay.
a more dangerous area.
Okay. So let's go ahead and put. Let's see. I don't think we really need too much of a map. I was only going to do a quick who's doing what map. So, looks like I've used up all my map here. Dang it. I
That
think
little rectangle in the corner, the top right.
the top right. No, we're gonna use
It worked.
we're gonna use the marmoset over here. All separate. I'll make a new box for it.
Okay.
In fact, I'll make 2 new boxes for it. Alright, you guys are all still up here. Except for... Oh, okay, she's with you guys. Okay, perfect. Marcus and Connor are over there. Alright, so we'll put everyone who is not... Oh, I can't do that. Who is, Why do you hate everything I do, Roll20?
Maybe it's mutual.
It could be.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Oh, I guess that's really up to you whether it's mutual, huh?
I do hate
Roll20
everything Roll20
really
does, yes, yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, that's good. Nah, at least it's mutual.
So, this box here is simply in the area if you are wanting to go up and help Amaya engage these bone growth humans, probably zombies. Then go ahead and move yourself down to the next box, and I'll go ahead and move you, Knox.
I'm just thinking I really should have brought a Void Carbine to go digging in Sensitive Rebel, but you know.
Well, what is
Never regret.
Archibald packing?
Mag pistol and a sniper rifle.
Okay.
I don't know if I mean sniper rifle technically doesn't count as a mag weapon, right? So I guess it's not the. Oh wait, did I? What did I purchase? Did I get the Lancer? Or did I get? No, I got the heavy machine gun. That's what I spent all my money on, right?
Yeah. It is.
Seeing him just like debate between his guns, Max is just gonna go. Oh,
What's Amaya armed with?
Oh, a laser spear, a mono knife, and a throwing dagger. We've also got a demo charge in storage.
So Oogie watches as Amaya fires up a laser spear, and the telekinetic marches forward to provide backup, and he looks down at his own wrapped fists, and he sighs and he goes, "Man, I'm a lot better at just punching fleshy dudes in their fleshy faces. I don't know how I feel about punching bare bone."
Well, if you're gonna be
I can
affectionate,
loan you a knife. Knives are good. They cut things.
Yeah, Marcus just kind of looks down, pulls out a laser pistol out from his pocket, and just offers it. You need this?
So
actually, Archibald will take a laser pistol.
Oh, you know what? I have one spare readied encumbrance. That's I literally just one. Oogie considers the knife and the laser pistol, and he goes, "No, I suppose I ought to give these kinesis wraps a little test drive. Just make sure that they do what they're supposed to do."
Archibald will reach out for the laser pistol if you don't want it, Marcus.
I'll offer it.
Because I figure just a quick rules question here, especially with having unarmed combatant, the focus. I assume that when it says things like your unarmed attacks are like weapons, that unless I'm punching something that I just plain can't punch, that I am considered not to be risking my own health simply by punching things.
Yeah, generally. If there's a situation where punching something or using your unarmed attacks in any way is going to cause damage to you, I'll let you know, unless there's no way for you to for your character to possibly know about it. Of course. But with something like this, I wouldn't imagine that Oogie would be punching the skull or the hardened bone plates, but that he would be using his aptitude as a brawler and a boxer to find a fleshy weakness that
Yeah.
can be exploited.
Absolutely.
I would also assume that said Kinesis traps would also provide some cushioning for,
Yeah,
you know.
probably. They're like boxing gloves, but they're not soft on the opponent.
What you're
Nice.
saying is Oogie is useless if we have to fight porcupines.
Or giant mega slugs coated in corrosive slime. Not that that would, actually be a monster anywhere.
Sizzle in the background.
Oh no, an average porcupine, my only weakness.
But yeah, we will head forward.
Okay, and Fairbanks is looking for some direction. She's not going to help you engage with them. The tunnel is already going to be a bit crowded. Do you want her to hang back in the direction of the collapsible tunnel that you just came through, or off in the other branch of the T intersection, in the other direction that you could possibly go?
Quick question, actually. Could we reinforce that tunnel with an insta panel?
You could reinforce it with some time and work. Excuse me. With some time and work and noise. And insta panels, yes. But even with the benefit of insta panels, it will take time, work, and noise.
Yeah, because this is like 10 minutes to harden or whatever.
Oh yeah, that too. I always forget about that. It's not actually an instant panel. It's just relatively instant in construction timescale.
While this is going on, just a wall could be set up so that it's not dangerous to pass back through.
Yeah, that is something you could do.
That'll be a thing for after the fight, though. I don't have time.
No. So do you want Fairbanks backtrack or forward tracking? Or ultra tracking?
Alter tracking.
Okay. All right.
Ask, hey, Fairbanks, make sure nothing else comes down that corridor. Give us a little bit of cover.
You got it. She heads down that way. She's kind of keeping an eye on you guys as you move up, multi-tracking. But all focusing her attention on that other branch. Now, I am kind of assuming that you guys want to sneak up on them instead of just to start charging with a whopping yell. Is that
Yeah, I don't think we're
Rebel
going for the
cry.
war cry. Nah, I don't think we're quite going for war cry.
okay?
Yeah,
I don't think we
have
got
anyone
a
that's-
psychological advantage for doing a war cry against zombies.
Now
But what if it turns out that they're able to be diplomacied?
they are able to be execution attacked as far as you see it at this point. They still haven't noticed and turned around even at the light whispers of your discussion and approach.
Can we start the process on that?
I consider you to have already been doing so. Yeah.
All right. When the time has passed, I'd like to try and take one out with a throwing knife.
Okay. Is Oogie then approaching much closer to get hands on an execution?
Oogie is going to be playing coverage here more than anything.
Okay.
If one of them tries to close with my ranged fighters, I will snap into action.
Okay. Oogie, why don't you go ahead and give me a notice check, and I'm also going to give this to Archibald. Choosing you two because Oogie is not focusing on trying to get a good position on them, and Archibald because of Bounty Hunter.
36.
Yeah, this is
I think that the default for notice is wisdom. Is that correct?
that's correct.
Yeah.
Generally, yeah.
All right. I have no reason to do anything but the default.
As you're lining up, Archibald, there's the faintest bounce of your light farther down this tunnel, and it's not a straight shot. Well, it's not a clean shot down a tunnel. There are hanging wires and beams that literally bisect the tunnel that you guys would have to make your way around. But Archibald notices just a little bit more movement farther down. Not just these three.
Well, I think either way, we're gonna fight them. It's just
Okay.
good to know there'll be more, right? Anyone? Yeah, nay.
I'm not hearing any
Well, I mean, we've already broken cover, so
Are we trying to say
Yeah.
something in there, Knox?
Nope.
Ben?
Nah, I mean, if we need to get past them, then what other way do we have?
Alright, go ahead and make your ranged execution attacks.
Awesome. Execution attacks are skill checks, correct?
Skill checks, yes. I'm sorry. Yes, everyone that is making an attack, you can. It's standard to use shoot and dex. However, if you're using a thrown weapon, you can use either stab or exert and dex.
Oh, and sorry, that's actually a 3d6. I don't have it set to prompt me because of sniper.
Right.
So that makes 10 total plus 3.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and change that so it actually prompts me for the dice.
Yeah, it's fairly rare to roll a shoot check without it being execution. It happens, but still rare.
Yeah. I just I set it to 36 rather than ask.
Oh.
Let's
Okay.
do this right. Ask.
That cleanly cuts down all three of them. Oh, sorry. I guess they get that.
It does max
that
damage
hits
from me.
the target number for them. One more. There we go. And cleanly cuts down on all three of them. Apparently, four of them.
Cool. I knew we would get a twofer if we try hard enough.
bone walkers. I don't like the sound of that.
Well, you don't
Totally
have to.
innocuous.
They're done
Don't
now.
worry.
It is. It's a fluffy term. You know, they walk around and they grow bone over their flesh. The bone
And then
walker.
flesh over their bone.
And then
then
flesh.
bone over their new flesh.
Just layers. The ogres. They've got layers.
Yeah.
What you gotta understand is bone walkers got layers.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm pretty sure we made that same joke when he first described them.
You did.
Yeah.
It has been a couple
We're
days.
just really caught in a loop.
Just like the entire galaxy.
So once they're all downed, is there like, because they're made of bone, is there a sound as they hit the floor, or is it pretty just like
A
pluff?
sniper rifle makes a sound, definitely.
He's using a laser.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you
Crystal.
no suppression on you. Got you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I assumed that the sniper rifle had the same issue as mag weaponry in here.
Okay.
It's definitely would be considered a higher powered yes, slug, yes. A higher powered kinetic projectile.
Let me see, what was the I forget what sniper rifle does specifically. I know it has like a bonus for execution attacks, but
I think no, they don't
roll.
roll disadvantage on nothing that exists. But
No,
I think they roll.
it's
I
just
think
about a
they
range.
do. They do essentially. I think they have to roll a saving throw twice.
no,
Let me-
it's either double damage or penalty in addition to the sniper penalty.
Could be both.
Um,
I think.
Either way, they all failed.
So what happens, because no, the laser pistol is not silent, is the throwing knife finds a point in the barely covered neck for one of them. I'll let Ben describe the telekinetic attack, and the laser manages to hit a point in the spine that seems to burn right through and sever it, detach it from function of the head. Ben, what does Marcus's telekinetic attack look like?
I think it's mainly just taking I guess akin to like a whip, but in this instance where it's just trying to wrap and make pressure around like the neck area to try and separate it from the body.
Okay.
Judging that, that'll probably be the weakest point. So it's more of akin to like trying to pull the head off and just squeeze it away.
Okay. And with that, the three of them do slump and clatter to the ground. The overgrown skulls knocking against walls, so even if the laser pistol hadn't made noise, they're making noise now.
Yeah,
And
I assume it's a standard laser pistol.
yeah, I don't think
One I gave, yeah.
yeah,
It's illegal.
it's legal.
Legal
Exactly.
pistol.
Mhm. And now you can see that farther down the tunnel kind of takes a. I just did not leave myself any room to draw here. That is so unlike me. Move Fairbanks out just real quick. I just want to. So, the tunnel takes a kind of slanted. Well, that's a very thin line. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can.
Very good drawing. Oh, well, there you are.
I mean, the right side of it's a little hard to see since it's in line with the other line.
Yeah. The tunnel
Yeah,
takes
okay.
a kind of slanted wall to it, where this slanted wall over here, is actually floor from another section that's crushing in. And then that bar that I was talking about is just a bar of structural rebar or something that's crossing across this tunnel. It really wouldn't be difficult for you to navigate past. Um, and it seems like it'll only cause some minor to moderate difficulty, to the growing number of groans that you hear coming from the other side of it.
So is it kind of like one will moan, then we'll hit two more, then we'll hit four more?
They
Like do the
do.
moan?
Yeah, if you guys wait it out, the groans are approaching. The bobbing head that Archibald first saw is approaching you.
So, what's the plan?
Ow.
We trying to take them out one by one, or are we running away, or trying to block these off?
Was there
Right.
more than one coming down the passage?
There are, yeah. You can only see one right now because its big wobbly head is in the way.
Are they shamblers or are they runners?
These are shamblers, and they are also fallers. That one that Archibald saw just past the three you took out has tripped already in trying to get to you. Pushed itself up to its feet and continued top heavy along its path. It is listing forward even as it moves.
Because of its huge head.
Mm-hmm.
Oogie kind of nervously starts to back up, and I think we ought to make tracks here.
How many of them could there be?
How many people was on the Knox?
Well, they can't all be in one place.
1/5 of all the people on the Nox.
I did have 5 arms, right?
7.
Eventually, they just make a wall of bodies and they can't cross anymore. All these oversized heads can't be more than like 7 of them.
All right. So plan of action: we take them on, or we getting the fuck out.
It has reached that section of structure, and it has fallen once, trying to climb over it, and is getting back up.
We've got another way through, though, right?
No, you're at the T intersection right now. They are along one side of that T, and Fairbanks is watching the other side of the T. So unless that split meets up farther down, curves back around, then as far as you know, this is their only way. You guys barely made it to this point. Following. Well, I guess that's not true. I did say that there have been other tunnels and you haven't taken them. So let me retract my mummy tracks and say, yes, it's possible, but those other corridors that you've looked down and discarded were either because the way you were going forward was easier or because there was just no conduit going through that way. But this has been the easier path, and if they're having this much difficulty with just a bit of metal crossing that a human would, sidestep over easily, they'll have as much difficulty in those other tunnels.
My heart of heart is saying we go forward. Out of character, I flipped a coin, and heads was I'm going in.
As in standing our ground and fighting, right?
Yeah.
I'm cool with standing our ground and fighting. I think that's where I'm
Oh.
landing.
Okay, then. Let's progress.
Because
You're all ready to
honestly, we
go?
don't. I mean, yeah, I guess we could collapse on them, but one, we don't know whether that'll cause further collapses, and two, might
You never want to cause a collapse.
and well, speak for yourself. Sometimes it's fun.
Fairbanks kind of reaches over, backs up a couple steps, reaches over and pats Oogie on the shoulder. I wouldn't want to be facing those either.
When she taps Oogie, he noticeably starts. He doesn't shout or anything, but he noticeably starts. Yeah, they're a far cry from, corrupt traders on Kamiego. That's some scary bullshit right there.
Look, we haven't heard like people don't turn from being bitten, right? Oh wait, no, I guess in a sense because they did bite a hole in your suit. I take that back.
All right, Amaya advances.
Yeah, so we'll mark this.
Okay.
While we go forward, can I collect that knife?
All right.
I only have the one.
Oh, gotcha.
Forward in which direction? Are we going towards the enemies?
I am going towards the enemies. I flipped the coin.
Yep.
RNGesus has spoken.
If you want another knife, I've got a thermal knife that you can borrow. We'll just all share weapons. I'll have
our weapons.
Yes, our weapons. I'll have Marcus's laser pistol. You'll have my thermal knife.
No, I'm with y'all. Let's get this done.
Is Amaya advancing to the Bone Walker that has currently managed to get one leg over the obstruction?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless there's another one to get at, but that's the one that I see.
That's the one that you see. So go ahead and let's just go ahead and just make a skill check. Stab dex. I don't feel like we're actually in a combat situation yet because it is not steadily on its feet yet. Okay. That's sufficient for for where this thing is positioned.
I
My
literally rolled fucking snake eyes.
well,
That is my lower limit.
fantastic.
Uh,
Maya is able to snake the spear between plates of its overgrown skull, and get just into the neck and start severing nerves back there. She's not gotten a clean lop off the head, but has apparently burned enough connection that it stutters and collapses. And now you see that behind it, um, shining your lights farther down this tunnel, it does veer off at some point, but there's a pack of these bone walkers that have been drawn to the noise that you've made.
How many in a pack?
Um,
3 or 4?
Yeah,
No.
like more than 3, less than 10.
You've got about well, let's call it a D8 plus 4. Who wants to roll that die?
Me.
Do
Wow,
it.
no hesitation. Of course, I was going to only be like 1 second behind you. So.
Told you.
Oh, nice.
I actually had that backwards. I wanted a D4 plus an 8, but I said a D8 plus 4, so I'll stick with it.
No,
I was
mean,
trying to
either
go
way,
for
it's
a range of 9 to 12.
It's fine.
no, we'll flip it. We'll flip it.
That just means they're weak, right?
Well, we'll have 9 of them.
Look, what's the worst case is we throw a grenade and collapse and everything and die. It's fine.
Yep, that's the worst case, I'd say. Yeah. No. The worst case would be that they get through and they bite you through the suits, and you turn into them because they are zombies, obviously.
so, worst case is season 3 Darkstar universe.
So yeah, a pack is you can count from the groans and the bounces off the lovely acoustics down here in these collapsing and collapsed Nox tunnels, where a floor is a wall right beside you being held up by rebar, and the bits of shambling that there's about 9 of them.
See, it's not so bad.
Well, let's just focus one at a time, yeah? Marcus will initiate and begin to attack the closest one.
Okay. Let me just get a combat skill check from each of you.
It's a combat skill check.
Combat skill check is just whatever your best combat skill is, whatever you're using to put these down.
Okay.
So punch, shoot, or sneak.
Then squad?
Can we get a fair 10? Anybody?
Aw.
Right, I need to do the thing where I do the shooting. Wow.
Wow.
Okay. So Uki is not running up to get them, right? Uki and Damaya are playing backline, or well, not backline, but front line for any that Marcus and Archibald have not been able to put down before they get to you. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
I'm screening.
Okay, screening, that's a great word for it. Amaya has a little bit more reach with that spear, so is able to get to them even before they get to Uki and his floor. um, the parade of clattering bone and the flesh growing over it comes to an end with the last one put down by Amaya's spear. And it just hangs on that rebar, wedged between rebar and the bone skull of another one, staring at you with dead eyes. You don't hear any more noises coming from down that tunnel.
Not the worst. This could have gone way worse. All right, let's get a move on.
Oogie takes off his hat and fans himself with it, even though he can't feel the fanning through his vac suit.
I forgot he wearing the hat on top of his vac suit.
Wouldn't that hat be like full of holes and stuff now?
It's getting corroded.
Yeah, but it's not his original hat, so I mean, he can always buy another one next time he's back in Camiego. Losing hats is probably going to become a bit of a thing here.
I actually thought you'd said that he put it on underneath the vac suit so it was all squished down around him.
Did I say that?
I think so, but this is funny too. Either way is good for me.
I'm willing to say he's like oh, go ahead.
My hat has phasing, right? It's wherever it's most comedically appropriate to be.
But since it's not the original hat, it does not have plot armor.
Okay. So part of Oogie's hat comes off as he's fanning it.
It's character.
And that triggers the collapse.
Nice. Okay. You have two hallways that with varying levels of obstruction. One, only a Fairbanks standing between you and whatever is down there. She will offer no resistance and she will actually join you on your quest. And the other, a pile of bone, clattery, crunchy bodies.
I mean, you make that One Direction sound so tempting.
Yeah. Let us proceed forward.
Which direction is forward? Both of these are unexplored.
Which way does the computer conduit go?
It goes in both directions.
Oh, question: have we taken a sample of these yet?
You have not.
Okay. Axel is gonna get a sample. He wants to, do a nice little cube chunk out of one of these to see, well, to analyze later, basically.
Okay. So while the rest of you step back and review the conduits, review where the circuitry is going, and come to the conclusion that it actually does split at this junction, and the wiring appears to suggest that important systems were wired through in each direction. Marcus is cutting up the corpse of one of the ex-Knox residents.
Oogie is going to actually help look for identifying, like, identity cards or things like that we could take back with us.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, wouldn't that be convenient to have? I don't imagine the crew here had dog tags, though, did they?
No, the Knox crew actually did.
Oh.
Yeah, they were like space was their life, and it's easy to get lost in, well, not lost in the tunnels, but to suffer accidents at every part of ship construction. And so even though they weren't military, they did keep dog tags on them.
So there, we cut down 12 of them. So what, 2d6 tags or less?
I'm going to give that to the result of a search check, which is notice and whichever attribute you can justify. Or if you want to argue for a different skill.
Like I could easily say like a notice dexterity at the nimble fingers for reaching for dog tags.
Yeah,
Being
I mean,
thirsty and moving
yeah, but
around these
I'm the one
heavy
who said
bodies.
it, so I've got to make the skill here. Notice is fine. Just I think intelligence applies. Making a thorough, conscientious check of likely locations for identifying information.
A methodical search pattern.
Yeah, methodical search pattern.
Marcus, go ahead and give me a heal int for the sample taking. Amaya is reviewing the circuitry, and Archibald, where is his attention?
Probably just checking down, making sure there's nothing else coming down the corridors.
Okay.
I will say a coin flip led me down the path of the bony bodies. So
I think Nox wants to follow that coin.
Amaya has gained the trait arbitrary.
there are no identifying features that could lead me down a path, one path more than the other. So I'm just letting fate decide.
Okay. So Marcus has no problem getting a good sample of flesh that's going to have plenty of whatever was in this thing's system, whatever did this to the person. He collects that and secures it as quickly as he can against the corrosive atmosphere. Oogie, methodically searching those bodies, does come away with 12 identifying marks, whether it's an ID card, no library cards, or a dog tag, or even what looks like a credit card. There's some kind of identification that can uniquely identify each of those 12 once humans. Ooh, hello?
I'm here
Hello.
Okay, just making sure. Y'all went silent.
typing notes.
Gotcha.
And my mind is wandering because I am tired.
Ah, fair enough.
But no, yeah. Max is happy with his little cube of flesh, meat, bone.
Yes, and yes, I imagine that he was certain to get a section of bone also for, marrow transmission type vectors. Um,
Yeah. So, we making the right choice here?
We're making a choice.
I mean, I can go down the right though. That's what I mean.
it actually, in my mind, it actually is the rightmost of the pathways from where you came.
Right we go.
Okay. Are you going to try and sorry, Oogie, is Oogie clearing a path as he searches, or was he dropping the bodies haphazardly so that you'll have to navigate them if you continue through this direction?
No, I mean, methodical would definitely mean kind of queuing them up out of the way as I search them to make sure I don't search one of them twice.
Sounds
Because
good.
God, I don't want to search one of them twice.
It is gross, and Oogie and Marcus both come away with further insights on these things. That bone over the body that gets muscle grown over it and then bone over that. Where you see that second layer of bone, you're also seeing the first layer of bone plating starting to dissolve. So it isn't, these things don't appear to be just building layer of bone on flesh on bone on flesh. They are actively building bone and then muscle and then bone and then muscle while removing the earlier bone. One could easily imagine that
They're growing. Oh God, they're growing.
the final effect would be the combination of all that muscle with just bone plating on the outside.
Like a horrible, disgusting cicada.
So it's just bringing new meaning to exoskeletons, right?
It does, and one of the features that Marcus can easily and immediately note is that the bone itself, the bone that they're growing, is remarkably resistant to this corrosion.
Again, I have a weird feeling Jai would like this data.
Time to make vac suits out of the bone.
That is exactly where I was going.
Bone plate armor.
Just set up a farming operation here.
So let me get this straight. They deorbited this whole enormous ship manufacturing platform in order to sterilize it in this corrosive radioactive environment, and it's doing nothing.
Well, I think they just didn't want ships flying to and from it. So, I mean, I guess they may be surprised that so many things survived.
Fairbanks notes that part of the rationale for deorbiting it and for the the remaining Nox fleets staying as long as they did, was because they wanted to let those fallen residents rest in peace. They thought they were dead.
One could argue they're good as dead.
Would it be possible? And I'm saying this in a purely hypothetical sense because there's no way we're going to do this.
Oh no.
To kind of take one of these things or a few of these things, immobilize and trap them, and then kind of like farm the growing bone off of them, try and get off at regular intervals.
What, just like scrape, just.
Yeah.
Just peel them every week or so.
Yeah, I mean they're basically human zombie sheep, just less mobile.
Oh god, it's kind of like shearing sheep, isn't it? Except much more gruesome.
This discovery is very enterprising.
Yeah, I don't know if I like this. I'm going to go ahead and say, not a fan.
Think of all the bone money we could make.
Thanks, Bone Daddy.
All right. You proceed along along past Oogie's stacked corpses, and further down this branch of the hallway. Fairbanks now taking up the rear. I am imagining Amaya up front, not only because she has the spear, but also because she has the meta tool that is tapping the lines and continuing to pulse charge into them so that you can follow them.
Was that the thing that Amaya was doing? I guess, yeah. I am the engineer of the group.
Uh-huh.
None of us are going to.
Yeah. So yeah.
And pulse and charge into them is only necessary when they get pushed deeper where they were installed deeper into the wall, or in this case still the floor that you're following. And you can't just kind of follow them by visual. You eventually after many turns and other passages that seem that they're either collapsed inward or or just not go into anything interesting. Um, this hallway that you've been following being so passable just by virtue of how the structure landed, the floor being solid, and eventually you are actually walking on floor and squeezing through tight spaces and come to kind of um, kind of a dead end. It's only been about 150, 200 meters at this point, but this is probably where the Bone Walkers were trying to were fascinated by, because this dead end um, is only a dead end in the sense that there's obstruction between you and some kind of flashing light and ping, very faint ping, uh, on the other side. That flashing light just making it through some cracks between yourself and whatever is over there. And by the sound of the ping, there's a little bit of an echo. Sounds like some kind of chamber or structure has survived on the other side. What do you do?
Can we break through this wall with time?
You definitely could. You definitely could. Obviously, being cautious is still a key concern here. Um, the structure around you seems stable enough, but at this point, you're not entirely sure how much weight is looming over you.
Okay. Well, time to set up a demo charge.
Wait, did I say 100 meters? 200 meters? My sense of scale is getting the better of me again. Let's dial that back to like 40 meters of traversal. Because even at that very short distance, the hallways that have been formed by this crashed structure are not easy to navigate, and that still takes you about half an hour.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you want to try and make our way through that, or do you want to revisit it another time? I maybe think we should go explore the other option, because was the other route correct?
There was another route.
Yeah.
He doesn't if either route was correct.
So we have what, 3 days total with the suits, or was that? Let me see. I always forget.
Let me get
Not
clarification.
just daily save.
Did I misunderstand your question there, Ben?
No, because we're at one end correct, and this is where.
Yeah.
Because we came through that T section where
Mhm.
we killed the walkers, and then we went to another T section, right?
No other T section. So you
I thought there was another route. Ah, that's my bad.
Gotcha. So yeah, there was a little confusion there. So you entered here, and then proceeded through a bit of a difficult collapsy section, and then reached this T section where you've got walkers, and you went this way. It has
Yeah, we went the walker way.
kind of
The
gone
walkers
here.
were attracted to this thing,
Okay.
so that's where they came from.
Yeah. And you are currently here. Uh, I'm trying not to fantasy this wreckage up too much. It's already super fantasy with there being even any kind of tunnels to traverse. So I'm trying to make it a little bit less fantastically fantasy by saying that yeah, there aren't that many tunnels to explore, and I think I know where I created the confusion because I have said that there are other branches and paths off the main tunnel that you're traversing. I've just kind of glossed right over them as those being unviable paths, either due to obstruction,
Like dead ends, basically, or just too small.
dead ends, too small, or uninteresting. Like there's no interesting set of wires going to them.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
So yeah,
That's fine.
I have kind of murkied that. Um,
Yeah, I'd say if we're gonna set up shop for the thing that was of interest, this is a place to do it.
In for a penny, in for a pound. I say we cut on through here because it'd take us what, like an hour to get to the end of the other branch, and what if that's
with these suits before they fail. So I mean, I don't think. Well, I guess it kind of goes. It really works as an argument for either one, but I say cut through.
Yeah. So
What's it? Just
Maya's
like
gonna get.
stone and metal in front of us?
Yeah, it's like basically collapsed structural material in front of you. There's even like a computer screen that is sticking in through this. It's just the Nox took a tumble as it fell, and this is the wreckage of it.
Okay.
There's a working thing behind this, so that is
computer
immediately the
screen?
point of interest.
Computer screen implies that there's a terminal here. Can we access the terminal?
No, the computer screen is like a quarter of a screen that has been sheared off by.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, it is part of the wreckage. It's just rubble.
Okay. So I was just asking if I could, if it was be classed as like wooden construction, like to that equivalent. I'm guessing not then.
In terms of structural integrity, you're talking about basically, you're asking basically for purposes of telekinesis, right?
Yeah, to smash a hole through it.
Okay. Um, yeah. Structurally, it would be no more uh firm or solid than a wooden structure. It isn't actually made of wood, but it couldn't offer any more resistance than a proper wooden wall. Does that answer your question? Oh,
Kind
Just
of.
like functionally, he can punch through it as if it was wood.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's literally what I was thinking. So, you want me to try and see if I can put a hole through that? It doesn't look all that, cohesive and put together. Or do you want to try and blow a demo charge? Your choice.
I think your way is faster and safer. Plus, we get to save the demo charge.
Okay, dokie. In which case, let's just take a step back. Just
Yep,
like
Maya's
it's
gonna
going to
move
make
out
sure
of
to
the
be
way.
like 20 foot away, basically. I
Okay.
think that's the range of the power. 20 foot.
What
Oh,
power are you
meters.
using?
They're called technique.
Okay. No, range is visual.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm just thinking when you move the object, it's 20 meters.
Oh,
Get around.
yes. Mm-hmm.
I was gonna
That's
say
why
60 feet-ish.
yeah, that's where I was getting the 20 meters from, is you moving. Yeah, in which case I'm just going to step back and just spend the effort and, yeah, try and punch a hole through it. And commit it to the scene. There we go.
Okay. Um, after a few seconds of pushing and rumbling, um, and Marcus having to deal with a little bit mini landslide of more wreckage, kind of coming back over the hole that he's creating. Go ahead and roll me a telekinesis and either wisdom or con. A hole that easily accommodates the biggest of you is made, and your entrance is stable and secure. You can see that little flashing red light and alternating green light filling a room of about 8 meters across from you. Large space.
So, who wants to go first?
I will take point.
I'll be behind you then.
And I guess I'll rear guard.
In we go.
Yep. So let's check out this beeping light.
Right, give me just one moment here. Done. Okay. Your GM will be just one moment.
No problemo.
I wish there was a way to force things to snap to grid when there's no grid.
Look, it's your gridless grid. I don't know what to tell you.
It is. It is my gridless grid.
I'd always move to the gridded grid.
There's no such thing as a gridded grid.
I think you can. They'll snap to grid if you have a grid, and then you can hold down Alt to cause it not to snap to grid. But I guess there's not an inverse. It doesn't work the other way around.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
It is kind of a shame. I mean, it seems like something that it seems common sense to me.
Yeah. I mean, if you you could ignore the grid by holding down Alt when you have a grid. It feels like you should be able to invert that as well.
Exactly.
I mean, if there's no grid to snap to.
Right, but I mean, hold down Alt and temporarily there's a grid to snap to.
The grid exists in your imagination.
Oh boy.
That's hippie talk.
Do these squiggles mean that we run into resistance?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bye, Ben.
Oh. All right.
It's alright. It's in like a couple of minutes. I need to leave.
All right. Well,
Yep.
actually, if it's going to be in about 15 minutes, why don't we take our break for about 15 minutes in about 5 minutes? Is anybody opposed to taking our break early?
Fine by me.
Okay. Ben, we're only going to wait 15 minutes for you, so if it goes longer, don't rush, don't do anything harmful, but we are going to carry on without you.
Yeah, that's no worries.
All right. I am moving you guys over to an actual blank gridless grid that I can use. A copy
Solid.
of it. Because what you see as you come into this large room is a series of, well, a capsule that looks like it. Let me start over. A reinforced capsule containing several compartmentalized medical looking rooms. There is safety glass, starship rated safety glass, separating some of them, and it's held intact, but the doors are all open, and you hear a chittering sound.
That's never a good sign.
And I think now we can take that break, and we'll give you one more. How about we'll do a 20-minute break just for Ben?
Sure. I'd have to. Also, I hate chittering sounds just from Chaselix, whatever they are from XCOM. Oh, Jesus. The amount of wipes I had from them.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Chrysalis, that's it. The amount of wipes I had from them, just no.
Maybe it's just acid bats, you know?
Yeah.
Great.
I can promise you these aren't chrysalids.
Yeah, right. I'll see you in 20 minutes. I'll see you in 15, most likely.
That just sounds like it's acid bats then.
All right. So we'll plan to be back at about 12:35, but we'll be ready to extend until 12:20 if Ben has not returned by then. How's that sound to you guys?
I mean 12:40.
12:40, yeah.
Fine by me.
All right. Thank you guys for being so flexible. We'll be back shortly. We'll go ahead and pop back in here. And as you can probably surmise by the little corridor I placed, it happens to be exactly as many squares as we have characters in here. I would like you guys to mark what order you're in.
Pretty suspicious. We'll just put Marcus in the middle. Marcus in the middle.
I'm sure he won't have any problem with that. And as Amaya is I should first make sure. Knox, we got you back? Or not back, but
Yeah,
you're still here.
I haven't
Yeah.
left.
You never left. Good. As Amaya is peering into this room, this doorway that Marcus has created is certainly a fine place to fend off any attackers. But it's also a place where Amaya could easily be swarmed and be unable to receive any notable backup from her allies, as she's seeing movement on the walls. I do not have tokens for these things, but what? I'm going to the space in which you're fighting is so tight. We're basically doing theater of the mind here, with just presentation of the layout, so that you can kind of position yourselves and still streaming. Okay, good. And see better visualize what you're looking at there.
Do we have a picture of the thing that we're fighting?
You do not. However, I can come on over to my little documents here.
Do they look like bats dripping acid?
They don't look like bats dripping acid.
Damn, there goes the acid bats theory.
Do they look like the imps from 2002's Anastasia?
No. What they look like are large rats lacking a tail and growing bone plating over their fur.
Bone rats.
Bone rats. So let's go ahead and get a initiative.
I see that they're immediately aggrieving us.
Oh yes, they are immediately attacking you. This is you can try and talk to them, but I don't think anybody speaks a common language.
Perfect timing.
Yes, indeed.
I'll take that 3.
Do you
Oh,
want to put up the
man.
initiative before we roll? Or is it already up?
Oh, I shoot.
I do that every time.
Yep. I'm usually pretty good about that.
I say roll initiative, and they start rolling, and I'm like, crap.
I
Yeah.
swear
I'll click on my person and roll again to get on the thing, but
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's
I
usually what
got
I do.
3. There we go.
there we go.
And just put it in the first roll manually.
There we go. Also, there's a button. If you click on your person, you can just press PC initiative and it'll roll for you.
Yeah, I don't know if everybody has that visible.
It just shows up for me when I click on my person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I tried to introduce that in the last campaign, and was basically told, dude, there's a button on the initiative on the character sheet. Why do we need this? And I was like, all right, cool.
Look, I'm using it just because I always forget how to find. Well, I don't forget how to find it. It's just
Oh,
it takes me like an extra 10 seconds to find it.
so you do use the
It's
macro
more-
also? Okay, cool.
It's whatever, right? And if it's not there, I'll find it on my sheet. It just takes me a little bit longer.
Okay.
And I'll probably change if we start rolling initiative more.
All right.
no.
On mobile, it's more convenient than navigating my character sheet.
I know Nox
Yeah.
has gone feral, according to the turn tracker.
Yes, they have.
The issue is when the location has the same name as one of your players.
I don't have rabies, I swear.
Are you feeling hydrophobic?
Now that you mention it, no.
Okay, so to recap a little bit, reiterate a little bit, what you see in front of you is looks like a hardened capsule with medical facilities in it. They are apparently independently powered, at least components within it, because there are flashing red and green lights. There are a handful of these bone-plated, enlarged rats that are skittering across the ceiling, the walls, and there are also little offices and chambers within this capsule that appear to be hardened just like a spaceship. There's glass that has not shattered from this thing crashing, even though the entire floor is bent and skewed just a little bit. But the doors to these chambers, to these internal rooms, are all open. Inside that far one on the left, you see several cages that have clearly been gnawed through.
Okay, what I'm hearing is it sounds like it's straight up construction for a grenade.
It probably is sturdy enough for a grenade.
You'll see
Archibald.
anything in there that we care? You'll see anything in there that we care about, or shall I go ahead and throw a grenade?
There is
We care about
equipment.
basically everything in this room.
Okay, I'll just laser pistol him then for now. Actually, though, I mean, it could be a mag pistol scenario too, right?
Could be a
That's
mag
not-
pistol scenario.
Oh wait, I stood my mag pistol. Never mind. Laser pistol it is for now.
There was enough lead up that you could have readied the
Nah.
mag pistol unless you're in initiative
not.
straits. Archibald will have to move into a better position to fire first. I'll let you keep the roll. But
I mean, you say better position.
yes,
Where
that does mean within the room
which-
somewhere.
Um.
Basically, only one person will be able to be right here and able to engage with these things, unless they come crawling out into the tunnel with you.
I'm not feeling so good about that, so I'll just let me see. Hold actions, right, until
Mhm.
the end of turn. I'll just hold my actions to see if I end up getting a line on them at all,
Okay.
rather than going into what's going to be melee range for me, which is not where Archibald wants to be.
Okay.
So I'll stand my ground.
Amaya, coming down from the s- the wall on the other side of the hole that Marcus has just constructed into this rubble, into this wreckage here. One of these things is streaking down and kind of perches itself upside down, and launches right at Amaya. Does an 18 hit?
I don't think I ever mentioned having a shield with me here, so let's say that it does.
Okay. It's 5 damage to Amaya.
A lot of damage to Amaya.
How much HP does Amaya have?
15 total.
Ah, you're fine.
What's the
Yeah.
worst that can happen?
Actually, these tear the suit, right?
These can, but if that takes you down to 10 HP, then you're fine.
Okay.
Um,
It's like, 'cause they have to roll pretty high to hit Amaya in the first place.
yeah, I imagine they would do. Let's see. So, where is the tear? Strike from an edge weapon.
How is it that you have such a high AC? Because we're not in armor, right? We're in our vac suits.
Ironhide, probably.
Okay.
No, my AC is different. I totally didn't realize that.
Oh. Oh, yes.
That's
I
like
was going off of my my classic Icarus harness. Let
In which
me
case, Marcus will need
add
to come
an,
to the front.
let me add uh this to my setup. Yeah. One moment. Need to redo my character sheet real quick.
I mean, it's on your AC. As long as you know what it should be, such as like 13 plus whatever,
Okay.
or 11 plus whatever.
It'd be a 15.
Yeah.
And don't forget that the treated vac suits you have will effectively absorb 1 tear.
Okay. Let me ready this. Let me other this. And we will say that I don't have a shield. Let me other that. Cool. AC drops to a clean 15.
Okay. They still have to roll higher than average to hit you,
Yeah.
but not by much.
Yep.
Speaking of which, there is another one that is coming at Amaya there. To make sure whatever
All
here
right.
one's except for
Here's a question: Are we entering my line of sight for shots, or is it too many people in the way currently?
I had intended for only that first space to be able to really engage, but I also did allow you to hold an action without explicitly telling you that you wouldn't be able to use it.
How about if the alleyway cleared? If they push out,
Yeah,
then
yeah,
I'll take a shot.
that sounds fine to me.
Because presumably also the corridors aren't like necessarily super straight here, anyways.
They're not. No.
Are we seeing that these are armored vac suits then?
I believe you guys did use armored vac suits, yeah. And I was just looking that up because armored vac suits effectively give you 2 rolls on every tear,
Yeah,
and
I'm
there's
pretty
no
sure.
reason that you wouldn't have armored
Actually,
vac suits.
well, we spent mission assets on this. We better get armored vac suits.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's not 2 rolls; it's just half the chance. So, 25% chance to tear.
Yay.
So yeah, you guys stacked the odds in your favor with those suits. I'm not trying to take that away from you. However, there is still one of these chittering bone rats that is screeching at Amaya. It looks like it's going to just try and snake past under. Wow, actually, it does. It's trying to snake past between Amaya's feet, and keeps going. I would allow Amaya and Archibald to make their attacks. Amaya first with the opportunity attack. It is just trying to run straight past all of you.
It just wants to escape.
That is not going to hit it. Archibald, you've got your held action.
It still takes 6 damage.
Okay.
Shock.
Shocking.
Alright. Roll its hit points and see if Archibald does take that. Nope, wrong guy. Oh.
Well then.
Sorry, Meowkin.
No, it's fine. We'll just shoot the next one that shows up. And it's fine if not.
We're basically yo-yoing your laser.
You just see it pop out, and then it's like, what? Then there's nothing.
I just imagine like charging up the laser, like zip. Oh.
I'm a charging my laser. I'm a charging my laser. Oh.
And that is all the. There are more ferals in the room, but that's all I'm going to attack you with at this stage. At this point,
How many
Amaya.
ferals are there?
You've seen the 2. The one that Amaya has just thrown off of her, that was trying to gnaw through her vac suit, and the one that she just stabbed with a spear. There's at least 2, maybe 3 more within that room.
Okay. So let's go ahead and attack the one that's here, and then I'll move afterwards.
Okay.
$14 hit.
14 does not hit.
Okay, then it takes 6.
All right.
And then I'll move to the tank.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna move out of the hallway.
Okay. Go ahead and place yourself wherever you want in that room. Like I said, the actual positioning isn't going to matter. It's just to make it a little bit easier to mentally visualize it.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't want to move out of. Maybe I'm poisoned by 5e, but opportunity attacks and threat range is still a thing.
Not really. You have to be engaged with a creature in melee to be able to make that attack, and there's argument whether just entering into melee range is engagement. I've seen GMs play it both ways, where somebody has to actively be attacking or threatening.
Well, it would be me and this rat here.
So. I just want to presume when you walk up to it, you're like squaring off with it.
Yeah, this rat that you've already attacked, yes, it absolutely cannot leave your little area here without you being able to take an attack, and it is.
I can also not be able to leave its thing, so I'm just gonna move, right out of the hallway, and that'll be it for me.
I'm ruling them as too small. They're not going to get to make that attack against you.
Okay.
So you're not hindered by its threatened range.
I have performed my movement.
And apparently you get to go again. I forgot to remove the I forgot to remove the 5, but there we go. It didn't matter which number.
I'll take another turn. I don't mind it.
Marcus.
Marcus is going to move his way forward and attempt to get close to this feral thing.
Okay.
Am I within melee range of this thing?
Yes, you are.
In which case, Marcus is just going to make like a downward punch and attempt to attack it.
Okay.
Oof.
That does not hit, but again, the shock damage.
Yep, 3 shock damage against
Oh.
AC 15.
Actually, yours doesn't do the shock damage.
It doesn't?
AC is 16.
Wow. That's some bony rats.
Those are some bony rats. Yeah. So
Okie dokie.
that rat is still there.
So the rat's like there, yeah?
The one that tried to slip between Amaya's legs and which is so far survived 2 attacks is right here. It's trying to scream past Oogie and Archibald and Fairbanks.
Okay, in which case I want to make sure I'm still within melee range basically and just put myself as far forward as possible. So I'll stay where I am.
Okay. Oogie. There's a
There's a mutant bone rat skittering around my feet.
Yep.
Oogie's just gonna stomp it.
Okay.
Hold on, gotta get that. There we are. All right.
Hey, that does hit and kill. It had 1 hit point left.
Have freaking time. And then Oogie's gonna swagger into the room.
Okay. As Oogie is swaggering into the room, a rat drops from the ceiling just within Archibald's line of sight.
Okay. Nice and convenient. Let's try this a third time. One of these days.
That is
Damn,
going to hit.
What a crap damage roll that.
It
Come on.
could kill it.
You could roll 3 on that. Wow. I was gonna say it's like, I could, you could definitely roll a 3 on 2d8. Turns out, yes.
So you're
yes,
saying
you
there's
can.
a chance.
Just looks just like a little splat, just
Must have been a small one.
Which spatters all over Marcus from where he's standing.
It's fine. It's a laser pistol. It's fine.
a little cooked meat.
Like
a,
I've seen.
a little chunk of bone just clinks off of Marcus's vac suit visor.
I'd say behind you, but I think it's dead.
And that puts us right back at Archibald.
Yeah. All right, let's start.
I did
Standing
forget
in the
to roll for
doorway.
Fairbanks. That's fine. You guys don't need her.
And just pop the next closest one, I suppose.
Okay.
As one does. Wherever the next closest one is from the doorway.
Rolling high.
I like this, Dex. We should keep doing this. See, I knew I didn't need the mag pistol.
I think there's only one of them left, right?
There is only one left.
This is just a very precise laser pistol.
It
The best
is.
laser pistol.
Marcus, you should name this thing.
I can't claim credit for it now. It's yours.
All right.
That's it for me. My turn.
The last one of these is scrambling around in this little under this little table here. You only just hear it as it screeches and decides which of these 3 juicy targets it is going to go for. I'm doing this 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6 in order left to right and up. It launches up over the table at Oogie. That is the second one I've rolled on their attacks. And
Fails to hit Oogie.
it sails past him, landing between all of you.
Oh, but I do take A damage.
Your AC is 13 or less?
That's what armored vac are, right?
Do you have
plus
Dex?
What?
Plus your Dex mod.
Okay, 12.
Oh.
Oh no, my Dex is 0. Never mind. It's my Constitution. That's my
right. Okay, so I'll let you describe how there's a damage from it sailing past Oogie, not even touching him. What stress or what does he bump into that is causing some bodily just strain and stress here?
It sails past him, surprising him, and he whips his head around to watch as the thing flies over his shoulder, and then he's like, oh, got a crick in my neck.
Perfect.
That's where that little Constitution comes in.
All right,
Prone to cricks.
Amaya, the last one is in range. Six hit points.
We got some dang good.
Oh!
Attack rolls.
It survives one attack.
Wow.
Somebody else murder it, please.
Marcus.
Unfortunately, I think you're the best bet for that with your ignoring AC on the shock damage.
I was also gonna say, we can always warrior bonus.
Yeah, but Marcus is going to attempt to swing as well.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm a warrior.
He's like, oh, wait.
I have features associated with my class.
You have guaranteed murder.
Best kind of murder. Oh, swing and a miss. Again, punch down in anger at the floor, trying to hit these things that keeps running through my legs. So
Oogie.
Well, you said that it sailed past me through the air, and so I imagine that it like clung to the wall next to Marcus there.
Yeah, that works.
Oogie's gonna reach over, try to peel the thing off the wall, and just snap its neck.
Roll it.
There we go.
That hits and kills.
Tries to snap its neck, peels its head clear off.
It will kill.
Black blood spurts out from the hole that Oogie has created between head and neck.
He tosses it back under the table. Get back in your home.
And now it is eerily silent, except for that errant ping from somewhere within the room.
Let's go ahead and deal with that.
Is it a really annoying sound?
It's like the
Bing.
it's like the smoke alarms when they need a new battery.
Yeah, actually, those really annoying because they wait just long enough to be annoying
Yeah.
between beeps.
Ping. Ping. Ping.
Thank you, Tueler. Thank you.
Can we shut the thing off?
Actually, I should have waited and see how long he could go.
You really shouldn't have.
Okay, that's when you set up a little like loop.
You know that I am committed to the scene.
That is very disturbingly true.
But yeah, with the rats all kinds of dealt with and kicked off to the side, Maya's gonna take a look at this thing.
Okay.
Engineer ways.
All right. Amaya, well, everybody is seeing around them medical equipment. Medical equipment of the scientific experimentation kind, not so much the heart surgery and setting bones kind.
So the cool stuff is what you're saying.
Is exactly what I'm saying. The equipment that is pinging appears to be pinging low battery. It is exactly like a smoke alarm, with exactly 23 seconds in between each ping.
Just enough to be annoying for you to forget about it, and then it reminds you.
Uh-huh. Yep. And while not all of the equipment here survived the impact, the capsule did still take a jarring hit when it crashed down along with the Nox, even though it remained mostly intact. The end of that fall still has damaged plenty of the equipment in here, but there's also enough that has survived that if you had a hacker with you, you could potentially hook up a power source and access it. As it is right now, turning off that ping would involve disconnecting the power supply from the equipment, which I absolutely can do. You've got fixed too, right?
If,
Yeah.
if it's giving low battery alarm, couldn't we just give it a power cell?
You could also do that.
Oogie's got a power cell on him.
Oh, that's pretty good. I mean, I'd be hesitant to turn it off just in case it was, didn't really turn back on.
Yeah, Oogie rummages a power cell out of his pack.
Okay.
Well,
And
so yeah, we'll connect it up.
Okay. You appear to have a computer server with it's a hardened case. It looks primarily like data storage. Does anybody here know about computers?
Yes. What do you want to know?
No. Not players, characters.
Okay.
I don't care about your real world knowledge.
Well, Archibald can remember how to do things by rote, but yeah, not really.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm a slasher, not a hacker.
Yeah,
Right.
Max has no idea for computers. He just boops on them.
Yeah. Yes.
more theory than practice, if anything, for Oogie.
Okay. So yeah, no, this is you can more or less make out that more or less confidently make out that yes, this is a internally enclosed and externally hardened data storage, but it's larger and differently shaped than the data storage units you've seen in other places. Data storage units are usually, I think they're 3 encumbrance, right?
Yeah, storage units are 3 encumbrance.
Yeah. This is bulkier, rounding out at 4 encumbrance units if you were to take it along with you.
You want me to carry this thing? Just have to make sure the power's attached to it. Or does someone else want to volunteer to, lug this thing around?
I've got the encumbrance for it, if we need it.
My backpack is already very much full to bursting.
I'd be carrying it readied.
I mean, I can just, carry it around my way if you want. Rather than someone breaking their back with it. Unless
Is
you
there any
prefer to
other
get
way? Is there any other way out of this room, Dex?
There is, or at least there should be. There is another door on the other side here, but it is very, very badly, not bent. It shows signs of being bowed inward from external pressures. It wouldn't take you long in the state that it's in to pull it off of its hinges. It's not even locked anymore. And see if there is a way through on the other side. If you wanted to do that.
I mean, we could leave it here for now, pick it up on the way out. We could take it back to the crawler.
Sounds like a show. Might as well leave it here and come on, grab it on the way back.
Yeah.
There are other things of potential interest around here. There's various chemicals and stuff that are on the floor, and this room has been almost untouched by the corrosive atmosphere. It has leaked in, but there's a chance that Marcus could scoop up some samples of the chemicals that have gotten spilled on the floor, and at a later time or with better equipment, with better workshop, extract out the corrosive stuff and see what the actual chemicals were.
Sounds like science.
I have a survey scanner with me if we want to do a little bit of preliminary analysis.
Okay.
Sounds like a show.
Yeah, Oogie is busy unpacking, and so he gets a survey scanner out and kind of brandishes it and goes, "Always be prepared. Never know what the environment's going to be like." And he kneels and starts probing at some of the chemicals on the ground here.
But did you remember to pack the light goggles?
Well, what do I need those for? A flashlight?
Sigh. Nah, I guess I don't really feel that strongly about it. But it's kind of hard to sneak up on things with a flashlight.
I ain't trying to sneak up on things.
Demo charges are 1 encumbrance each, right?
Yeah.
I'm currently carrying 6 demo charges.
Wait, can you bundle grenades now I think about it?
Yes.
Oh.
But when you want to throw them, you have to unbundle them, which takes an action.
Oh, okay. So that's why I was like, I'm sitting here thinking I've got 2 grenades on my belt.
They're hang on. Bundling them is good for I have to turn you down a little bit, Meowkin. It is good for just carrying them. When you know you're going to get into combat, obviously you'd want to unbundle them and put 3 on your belt.
Yeah. If you had room for 3 on your belt.
If you have 3
a bit heavy.
Yeah.
They're pretty cumbersome. I guess you don't want to bunch them up too much. That's why you have to have a full encumbrance because
it's probably
you don't want to catch on something and pull the pin when you draw it off your belt.
In any case, may I make that I guess int plus no to
You sure may.
To analyze the chemicals?
Yep, go ahead. That's actually pretty good. Does Marcus want to help him out, aid him out with a heal check? Because this is some kind of medical stuff.
Yeah, I'll definitely be assisting as he is curious himself.
Okay. All right. That gets Oogie to a 10. An 8 was successful, but a 10 is better. And you may not need to take these chemicals back. The survey scanner is able to separate the atmospheric corrosive components from the liquids that have spilled and pooled onto the floor, and has identified them as drugs, has identified them as containing proprietary mercure components, and being similar to the anti-low gravity sickness drugs that Mercure Core was supplying to residents on the Nox.
Sounds like juicy stuff.
So basically like air sickness meds.
Yeah.
But for space.
Yeah.
No, okay. Yeah, motion sickness meds.
Well, I'm guessing there's probably because aren't there like long-term effects for like low gravity?
Yeah. That's basically what the Mercure was supplying them with.
Low bow density.
Mhm.
I don't remember the others, but that's the one that comes to mind.
I mean, yeah, just muscles deteriorate because they aren't under as much pressure.
Yeah, the Nox, when it was a shipyard, had gravity, but it wasn't able to supply as much gravity as is, kind of best case scenario for spacefaring, long-term spacefaring, and they supplemented their generated gravity with meds like this. In addition to the stuff that's been pooled on the floor and tracked around by rats, there are obviously other equipment here and other computers here, servers that were involved in whatever research they were doing. I mentioned that over in the corner over there, there were cages out of which these rats apparently chewed themselves. And so you're basically getting an overall picture of this room that Mercure was doing further experimentation, and it, at least in some small part, involved the low grav meds.
I did mention bone density as part of that. Now that I think about it. So presumably these were lab rats, right?
Yes.
I mean,
And that's okay.
Yeah, they look
was
pretty
this-
clearly like lab rats.
So as Archibald muses about that, Oogie's eyes get huge. Are you suggesting this is the epicenter of whatever happened there?
Doesn't match the reports though, does it?
I
Do we
mean,
know?
trust Mercure?
Oh no, we absolutely don't trust Mercure Core. But what was the original virus? It didn't have anything to do with like the whole bone thing, right?
Nope. The
Like the
original
report.
virus. Trying to think how much information actually got out.
But I mean, my thinking, I guess that's true for all we know. For all we know from our character's perspective, it might be. Out of character, I'm kind of thinking that this is like a secondary thing. Like this was a secret lab that was on there that's caused the, I guess, a mutation in a specific direction.
Hey, Marcus, gather a
But-
sample from one of them bone rats too. I think we've got a science project to conduct back in the laboratory.
oh, I was counting on it.
And
Max
hey,
will
you
get
know
his
what?
chunk.
if you want to farm bone plating, I feel like the rats might be a more humane method, more socially acceptable.
I don't want to. I don't want to farm no bone plating. I'm thinking more about blackmailing Mercure.
Oh, that's a strong thing to say.
But a profitable one.
Blackmail only works if you're alive.
I mean,
Well, in any case, let's get the dirt first.
I don't think Raz is looking to make friendly with Mercure Core, but it's still useful intel against them. Just a matter, I suppose, proving it to them.
You guys can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Let me
anyway.
jump in here real quick. Actually, you know what? I was going to interrupt. You go ahead, Ben.
No, Max is just going to make his little chunk of meat, basically, and make sure he's got a proper sample.
Okay. And that's basically what I was where I was going with that is you guys can spend some time here in this room investigating, getting samples of everything that seems like it would be relevant in here, as well as prying open that door and seeing if there is actually further to explore in this direction. All told, it takes about another 45 minutes. After 15 of which you've got that door off its hinges and kind of poked and prodded at the rubble that has compacted against it. And no, that's a dead end. This is the end of the line for this path.
End of the line. This whole lab, or just one? This is a wall, right? Not a path.
Yeah,
You're
that's
talking
a
about
wall.
beyond this.
Right.
Okay.
Nah.
And that you're saying it's just a dead end until we find out.
Well, yeah, this lab is the end of the line.
Okay, so I'll have to backtrack. But
Mhm.
we already have another branch to explore.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which of you was it that had the space station layout knowledge? That was one of you was rolling something to kind of guide through this, or am I conflating that with Amaya rolling for following data lines and power lines?
Little bit of both. I had the idea to do that, and then Amaya has been putting it into practice with mechanical
Okay.
and that part.
Okay.
Amaya doesn't know anything about base stations.
Right. Pretty much none of you do, I don't think. None of you are from a place or had extensive experience on space stations prior to joining the Raza. Okay.
Yeah, what was it? Lily Grace? Is that it?
Mhm.
Kind of been, yeah, Lily Grace.
Yeah. Lily Grace
Had
had
kind of been
actually.
here, but I think that was just a visit, right?
Well, yeah. She tried to engage in business with the Nox.
Okay, but not like working here for years or even months.
No, no. You could reach up to the marmoset in orbit if you wanted to report any findings or just inquire about.
Well, I guess I don't know. Can we communicate? Can we reach that while within this scrap heap? Or we have to leave the scrap heap first?
Um.
Though honestly, I don't know if I have really any questions or findings that we
Okay.
really would need to report at this stage. So
I do.
moot point. Oh, okay.
We've mapped a little bit
Mhm.
of the area, and we've made a major discovery of a possibly secret but nonetheless major facility. If we had an original map of the Nox where we would know where the computer core is, we might be able to get a better idea of whether or not what we're looking for is in this section.
Oh yeah, because we mapped out enough, so it line up with any
known architecture.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's definitely reasonable. I'm going to say that you can't make that call from right here. There is too much directly above you, but there have been points along the travel. I'm going to move you back over to the other page here. There have been points along this tunnel, somewhere in here, where the going was a little bit rougher, where you were able to get a ping from Raza, just basically a GPS, confirming that you're still there, reestablishing connection. You noticed that
We
as you were
are
passing through.
Still alive. I keep
So,
a live signal.
right.
Aw.
So it's you reaching up to the Raza is no more than about 10 minutes away from you.
Well, let's start hauling this computer core back and see if we can report in.
Sounds like a plan.
Do I have access to Malt character sheet?
You should still.
Vacant.
Yeah.
Charlie. Yeah. I was going to ask if no, not say skills and techniques. Shoot. There's the augment to the core technique that makes telekinetic manipulation free. Do you already have that?
No, but I have enough to not care.
Okay. Because I think trying to lug this thing around with psychic thing would require you expend effort every round to maintain.
No, it's just every scene.
Oh, it's every
just
scene?
once-
Okay, never mind then.
Basically, it's just once per scene, and I carry it for the entire scene.
Okay. I've never actually done it for more than like a single round or
Yeah, no.
what I've already had.
No, I can pick some up and
Master.
carry it for an entire scene. So yeah, it's why Marcus
Okay.
wasn't too fussed about it.
I know
Okay.
a couple of times of unconscious bodies being dragged along with it.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, but that was post having the ability to do it for free.
Yeah. But,
Oh, well, no, I think I've had a scene where it was
yeah, we'll carry the body. Yeah, no, Mark. In which case, Marcus will just make sure the battery's very nice on top and just pick up the server.
Okay. Yeah. Installing the battery, jury rigging the battery, not installing, but jury rigging the battery to feed through into the device's internal battery was easily accomplished by Amaya. You did not have any time pressure or really anything, any kind of pressure, really. And the device the storage has stopped beeping, and it's now just kind of humming warmly. Getting a warm hum. Warm as in the temperature, not comforting.
No, warm's okay for a server.
Um,
We don't need to secure the server against corrosion, do we?
It's actually, I forgot this is a corrosive planet. You actually probably should get it in one of your packs. In actual stowed inventory. It has weathered the corrosion well so far, but that was also only what little corrosion was leaking through that little space that the walkers were attracted to.
Okay.
But yes, it would be a good idea to secure it against the corrosion. I'm not going to tell you that you have to.
But it's advisable.
It seems advisable, yeah.
Can I pressure field the server? Just to help.
Do we not have anyone with any stowage left?
I mean, I have storage.
I-
I do have a ton of storage, to be fair. I'm just trying to be lazy.
I don't have much storage. I have something we could easily discard or possibly even use to facilitate protecting it, which is a pressure tent.
I think deploying the pressure tent, not to take away your good idea, but deploying the pressure tent would actually make it more unwieldy to carry along with you.
Well, what I was proposing is we deploy the pressure tent, put the server inside, and then suck all the air out of the pressure tent.
Let vacuum wrap it.
No,
An
Max will,
Instabox.
Max will just, put it in his so-called pocket, basically.
Okay.
He'll store it away.
I'm sorry to make it a boring pocket instead of a funny floating storage device, but
Yeah.
I gotta enforce the consistency of my corrosion planet being corrosive.
Yeah, no worries.
Everyone,
It
I'm
was a
sorry for
fun
bringing it
idea.
up.
Man, we need to get you a porta box that you can just haul stuff around in.
Some minutes later, you have reestablished connection with Raza, retransmitted that all of you are safe, although there are suits. Well, one suit is reporting
Reduced integrity.
reduced integrity. Yeah.
Not compromised, but reduced.
Mm-hmm.
Totally different
Isn't it?
terms.
And we relay to them our survey data about what we've discovered, kind of the mapping.
Mm-hmm.
And what are we able to find then, if anything, about the likelihood of the main or the, I don't know, whatever you call it, the manufacturing servers being located in this part of the scrap heap?
Yeah. The connection that you get is staticky and audio only, but you've got Elena, Lily Grace, and Sunny all join in on it. Elena is having Lily Grace peer through what blueprints the the Marmoset has for that. And Sunny is trying to look over the initial survey sensor data that you picked up from those meds. So why don't one of you give me a skill roll from Sunny, and somebody else give me a skill roll from Lily Grace?
I'll roll for Lily Grace.
All right.
It'll pull up. Oh, gotta have the right.
Gotta use the right tool.
I do have to use the right tool.
Gotta use the right tool to get Lily Grace.
Skill name, skill, proficiency, yes.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Right.
How do we? I don't know how we do the rolls.
Hold shift and double click on their token.
Okay, I've got Sunny here then.
All right, and then there's just a bar of boxes along the right, just a little ways down from the top. One of those boxes is skill, and it'll ask you to name it. It defaults to skill, and it'll ask you if they're proficient, and she is. It also asks for a mod, but don't worry about that. Okay. Very good. Yeah, Lily Grace is able to. She's not able to pull up exactly where this is because, as you guessed, yes, this was a. Oh my goodness, music! Why? Okay, we're just gonna
The
use him.
music too.
It's it's not playing. I totally forgot to play music during this entire thing.
There was some
This
when
is
we
why
first
we should
started.
go to the Secret Richard track every session.
Uh, okay. You are technically on the Nox, so I think I can play the Nox music here. That's fine. Whoa, we are getting a bit of wind there.
Something. I just
It's okay. All right. So, Lily Grace, as you surmised, this was certainly a unlisted and hidden, as well as it could be, on a busy station like the Nox facility. But she's able to key in on where most of the Mercure facilities are, and even those that are located in different arms, kind of their like that they had a pattern to where they positioned, and she says that if this uh, capsule that you were just in follows along with the that patterning that she sees, then no, there's almost no chance that the various uh, variances of turbulence and tumbling would have positioned the central hub that you're looking for within this pile of wreckage. Um, she is confidently ruling out Gold Rush as your target.
But imagine if it was. Man, that would have been great.
um, Meanwhile, Sunny, looking at those meds, she says that there's a an element to these meds that isn't listed on product details, the ingredients list, um, and also hasn't come up in any independent studies that have been conducted on the low grav meds. Studies that are lauding Mercure Corps for having produced such a safe and reliable anti or not anti low grav medication for the Nox. All as just out of the goodness of their heart, as pretty much a charity slash propaganda slash promotional effort. Um, she says that in their earlier travels, Jai had uncovered a chemical, and she says it, and it's a very long chemical, that
Right? Yeah.
had been included in a number of cosmetic products, which he then made everyone on the Raza discard and forbade anybody from buying those products. She is finding that same chemical in the sample data that you've sent back.
I believe it was also present in a lot of the cleaning, like some cleaning supply stuff too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was also present in cleaning supplies. It was generally a bad news chemical, according to Jai. It caused people. It interacted poorly with some of the genetic stuff that he was doing on before he joined the Raza, um, and caused them to explode. Some inside out, some implode.
Oh yeah. Forgotten that was Mercury Corp's fault too. Yeah, I don't think the Raza has any intentions to be overly friendly with Mercury Core in the long run.
Now, was that Mercurcor's fault for including the chemical in all their products, or many of their products? Or was it Jai's fault for doing genetic experimentation?
Well, I think Jai was pretty upfront about what he was doing.
He was.
Mercury Core is not being very upfront about this chemical that is very suspicious. Because wasn't it also, like... Because it was like something that's like... that could be triggered by certain conditions. It was very suspicious. It's just that Jai's work accidentally triggered it.
Yeah, it turned out that it had a complex interaction with his, such that when his patients stopped taking his treatments, then that's when things went kind of haywire. There was a lot of overgrowth, and that's the parallel that Sonny is drawing to this, is that those experiments caused significant overgrowth of cellular material, and you're seeing that here.
Oh, and like in this case, probably maybe the low gravity medicine interacting and bone growth. I don't know. Makes sense to me.
So all of that is basically exposition to say that yes, they want you to recover everything from that place, which you already have.
So, what do we do now? Just like
You're coming through a kind of disconnecting, choppy, yeah.
Oh, maybe I was talking to someone else.
I'm super sure if I can do anything about it, I would just delete myself.
I'm sorry.
Sounds like it's a different microphone.
It does,
It
yeah.
is.
Same microphone. I've moved from the back seat of my vehicle to the front seat of my vehicle. No change.
It's not picking you up very well.
Okay, I'll move it closer to my face in the hopes that that helps.
It does.
It does.
Oh, okay. It moved not very much, like an inch. But, you know, if it works, it works. I'll take it.
There's probably a lot going on with noise canceling and all that.
Maybe. But do we want to deliver this stuff back Marmoset ways first, or do we want to explore the other path?
Well, I've got some reservations here. I got a bad feeling. Anybody else notice that Frostlight Corp was awfully well armed? You don't suppose that they've got Mercure backing them, do you? I mean, if I were Mercure, I'd want to know everything that's coming out of this place.
I'm pretty sure that was actually one of my guesses. I don't know if I ever verbalized it. Certainly I put it down in writing. Actually, or did I? Let's see. But yeah, I don't think Mercury Core wants to be associated with this directly.
Can we risk taking this back through our legit channels?
Okay, no, I never mentioned it.
I am assuming that you guys are have traveled outside of the that small communication window you had. If you want your ship's input on this, you can we can kind of back up on that assumption. But otherwise, this is a discussion between you guys.
Yeah, I think
So
that's
what are we
fine.
feeling? So good reaction. What we're saying.
I'm thinking if we take this stuff back to Frostlight, it's a risk at best and a death sentence at worst.
All right. So,
Everything to this. accidents at worst. I mean, well, no, I guess that's not true. I'm sure there's things worse than death, right? Like,
Oh,
I don't know,
absolutely.
being a bone zombie, I guess. Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah, living
a bone
here.
walker.
I mean, and we still haven't found our objective. I'm kind of thinking we take our crawler, head up to Corin Road, poke around there, and maybe we just keep on going. I mean, the Marmoset can land and give us at least an hour to get stuff on board, right?
That is, you can.
Well,
I'm gonna say that as out of character. Yes, it can.
okay.
Because we're gonna want the market to come down anyways for the other thing. It's like a trolley on wheels. Cool.
Now I can't tell if he's talking to us or not, or if they're talking to us or not.
I stopped for just a moment.
Okay.
Because I noticed an out of the ordinary thing.
Okay.
But I had the ask that I had made was that would we be able to? Or are we done with this location? Are we going to want to come back through here, check out that other path, or?
I think we just go ahead and move on to the next pile.
Yeah.
Might as well take advantage of getting that knowledge. I'm sure there's probably something to find there, but we don't really we're not really kitted out for carrying much out of here anyways. I mean, just look how much trouble we have carrying that storage unit, the data storage.
So here's what I'm thinking. I mean, if we plan on taking this server back up to the Marmoset, I don't reckon it's safe to go through Frostlight. I guess if things get real bad, we could always abandon it.
Yeah, but
Gilson,
they'd be curious to know, like, why we're landing the ship and what we found.
well, I mean, they'd be curious all they want. We're going to land the ship, get our stuff on board, and then skedaddle.
I mean,
well, we want something that's over. We want that. What was it? The black box. We
we studied the blueprints for the drives basically. That's the main reason we're
so we can't leave until we have that.
Well, we could always. I mean, we could leave and come back. We're talking about just depositing.
I mean that's the mission, absolutely. But can we leave without it? I mean, if it means we're gonna die out here with nothing to show for it, absolutely.
I mean, either way, we're probably gonna want to leave without letting them know exactly what we have. Whether that's an issue. We've got their little rental vehicle.
I don't know. That room that we were just in, can we secure it? Like the medical room.
You probably could. The other exit out is very solidly blocked by wreckage. Nothing's getting through that, not even the atmosphere. So you only have one door that you need to secure, and you could probably get that secured against both environment and, if you're worried about it, a frontal assault.
I mean, what's the plan there, though?
We could use that as like a temporary storage space while we look through everything else. Then when we have everything that we want and need, we can pull everything out at once and go.
Oh, it's awfully hard to get in and out of there.
Yeah, it takes quite a bit of time to navigate that.
It is about
I mean-
2 hours in and 2 hours out.
Are there any storage, like particular storage apartments at the vehicle that we're renting?
No, not really. It's just a flat loader thing.
Gotcha.
It probably has like a glove box at best. And this is bigger than that.
Is it bigger than a glove box? Absolutely yes. Oh, like bread box. Damn it.
Close enough. Good enough.
Yeah, I mean it's a blank box.
Is there anything else we want to take with us? Or was it really just this we're focusing on right now?
Yeah, we're looking for the schematics for the warp drive.
Well, I just went in like this area though.
We don't know what's down the other path, but other than that, the exhausted point of interest.
I mean, do you want to go down the other path then? Or do you want to try and get this thing out as soon as possible?
I mean, I'm not really here to salvage. I mean, this happens to be an
yeah.
incidental. I'm not averse to taking it with us because we found it along the way, but if we're pretty confident that the computer core ain't here, then I say we move on.
Fairbanks
Oh, are we
raises.
in Gold Rush?
You are in Gold Rush, yeah.
Okay.
Fairbanks raises the point, coming from being a culture guard on SOS, they did mark on SOS anybody who had basically brought a ship down for some whatever purpose, and then took it back off, and then brought it down again within a short span of time. They marked all of the people that came from that ship and kept a close watch on them because of that short and early jaunt. And she worries that if call the marmoset down to pick this up and leave with it, that they will key in if we call the marmoset down again later on.
Yeah, I think we can do it once without, issues. But yeah, I think that's a good point. I think we just carry this and hope that we can protect it well enough, and if not, it's it's not really our objective.
If we do it once, I know what our play is. What we do is we bring the marmoset down, and we take practically nothing with us. Just, whatever we can carry in our bags. And if they ask us why, we say it was emergency extraction. We shred up the suits or something looked like they was bit, and say we called for emergency extraction because we were in a bind.
Well, we got what we want. I don't think it really matters what we tell them.
Yeah, but if we need plausible deniability.
This is from Fairbanks again. There's bigger ships than us up there.
Oh. Yeah, okay, maybe it would be better to have a story.
Fairbanks kind of looks over at Oogie and gives like a I'm with you nod. Oogie,
Taking
making more
sides?
friends.
Wow. I'm gonna file a complaint to HR.
Unwanted friendly advances.
Well, no, that's up to Oogie. I feel like I have a hostile workplace.
Oogie just kind of gestures around at the mutant-ridden landscape.
Okay, fair point. Anyways, yeah, I think we just go ahead and hop out at Gold Rush and start going, I guess, Scoring Road. Yay, nay. And just make a best effort to protect the storage unit, but
We do have an Instapanel. We can put it inside of an Instabox.
You're breaking up
I
real
do-
bad, Nux.
he was mentioning the Insta panels, which I do have some myself. And
we
some power
just make
cells.
a box out of it to protect it from the elements.
Okay.
Mm.
Actually, yeah, just one. How large is it?
I don't know.
Because
It's-
the reason I
More
ask
encumbrance,
is
and it was big enough that one person could carry it.
yeah. Well, the reason I say is an Insta panel is basically a 2-meter square that
Yeah.
you can shape however you want.
I think it
Presumably
would
you can
fit.
shape it around it.
Yeah.
A single one.
Let-
I've got more than one, but
No, one would be fine, but let me ask where you're going with this. Are you trying to make a box so that you can stash it somewhere?
I think we'll just still park it on the vehicle. I guess
Okay.
we'll just be I guess we have the marmoset come down to pick us up somewhere else. We'll just live with the guilt that we abandoned the rental vehicle. I think we can live with that.
Okay.
Is anyone opposed to eventually abandoning the rental vehicle and making not friends?
What does the contract say about abandoning a rental vehicle?
The full cost of the vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole hang on.
I mean, what are the odds we run into these people running this operation again, right?
They're gonna take it
probably.
out of our deposit. We're not gonna get our deposit back.
Oh yeah, that's right. Did we have we put in a deposit?
No, there
did
was
it.
no deposit.
Oh, see, that's their own
We paid up front. We paid for the day up front. So they have our information. They could charge us in the back end.
No, they can't just. They don't just get our credit card number and just charge us, right? It's not how. I don't know. It's fine. Whatever. We'll just. I still say we just abandon it when we lift off.
Bring it back. Like it doesn't matter.
The problem with bringing it back is we don't really want them going through anything that what we're looking for, right?
I suppose, but we can send a person back with the marmoset and say that a person got damaged and we brought our ship to bring them back up.
I'm gonna jump in as GM here and just say that you may be getting this sounds like a discussion that you can have closer to the time that you actually need to have it.
That's absolutely true. We also may get more information as to whether these people are trustworthy or not. I know I am really paranoid. I'll admit this.
Yeah, let's focus on what you guys want to do now. It sounds to me like you've more or less dismissed the idea of calling the marmoset down to pick this up immediately. Am I reading that right?
Yes, I think we're just gonna create like a little instant panel box to stuff it in to protect it.
Okay. That's fine.
Best effort shipping.
You can do that.
We could also have Fairbanks guard the vehicle.
Mm-hmm. That is also an option. For now, it is safely stowed with somebody's equipment, protected by the vac suit backpacks and the pressure field supplied by Marcus. And you are climbing back out of this excursion into Gold Rush. I'm also kind of inferring that you guys did not want to explore the other branch.
Oogie's vote would have been not to explore the other branch and to go to Corin Road.
Yeah, Archibald is also, yes, go ahead and go on to the next site.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't want to explore it, it's just that I don't think there's a good reason for us to explore it, having ruled out our target being there.
Mm-hmm.
Enough.
Are Marcus and Amaya going to tie that up and put the vote to Fairbanks? Or do either one of them want to follow suit, go to Corn Road, and or abstain from voting?
You do have the power. Well, if either one abstains, then I guess Fairbanks could tie it up, but...
Yeah, she could. But she has already positioned herself in agreement with Oogie.
So it just sounds like we have a 3v2 then, no matter what they vote. But remember, every vote counts.
Yeah, I don't want to take away player votes if
Right.
Ben and Nox like really want to go explore that other branch, then I would just roll 50-50 for Fairbanks.
I just have the completionist itch to go the other way. But
Same.
if it's not story important, then we can move on.
Fairbanks does make the same point that that it has been ruled out your intended target is not there. If that's not enough to sway one of you onto the Corn Road side, then I'll roll a die for her.
I think we're good.
You good? Okay.
I think we're good.
Right.
There's no reason to drag it out for what's probably just like a bonus goal.
I know. Bonus goals are pointless. Your GM does.
The more you specifically downplay the bonus goal, the more I want it.
Yeah, but if I go the other direction, then Meowkin and Tulare will want to go there.
I mean,
I can't win.
On a game sense, I do. You know, like all the air RPGs, you always got to go down the side route first. You got to do all the side stuff.
That's actually how I play myself out of RPGs.
Oh yeah.
Because I have to do that, and then I get burned out on them.
Yeah, no, that's true too. I do run into that problem, but I just don't see Archibald set because, like I said, I think this one is I don't know. I feel like this was just clear, but particularly since we're not really kitted out to haul back any significant amount of material or stuff.
Yeah.
Like if we were on the Raza and we could haul like a couple 100 tons of stuff with us, oh yeah. Those are the good times.
I mean, that's why we're here, right? So that we can afford a nice, shiny, big new ship
with actual cargo space. Oh,
you can see Oogie's eyes just kind of like glaze with pleasure at the mention of cargo space.
Yeah, truly, being in the marmoset's truly torture for Oogie, isn't it?
All right. With a little bit of uncertainty as to the value of the other path here, I'll do it this way. Fairbanks volunteers to go down with Amaya, Fairbanks being a fairly athletic girl herself, and on the smaller side. So her and Amaya will be able to navigate through that real slow portion a little bit more quickly than the rest of you. We'll just kind of wander down that side and see if there's anything of interest and call you back if there is. Would that be a suitable compromise?
Yeah, sure.
I think that's fine.
In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter.
Unless it does.
Yeah.
I'm just consumed with the completionist itch.
This is where we find special blueprints.
10-minute in and out adventure, Morty.
I wasn't on board with this plan, but now I am.
10 minutes in and out.
Unfortunately, I don't know the reference. I get that it's a Rick and Morty thing, but that's it.
All you really need to know is it was not 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It was like 2 weeks.
I suppose I should have assumed that or surmised that.
Yes, it was. I think it ends up being 2 weeks.
Oh, now you're breaking up, Meowkin.
Yeah, walk downstairs.
Why are you walking places?
Big
Cuz.
reveal, Morty. I turned myself into a bone walker. I'm a bone walker, Morty. I'm bone walker Rick.
Jesus. Anyways,
All right, so
with that out of the way.
Archibald and Marcus both leave Oogie behind as he has a spastic episode. No, Marcus,
We got the contact, Sonny.
Archibald, and Oogie make their way out of the path that you had traveled into Gold Rush, while Amaya and Fairbanks explore down the other tunnel, and as they're traveling, I guess Fairbanks actually has fair experience with station-like layout, considering SOS required them all to be in basically space stations on the surface. So
Yeah, basically the same thing.
yeah, I mean, yeah. I guess it's more like a city on the surface in a dome.
But I mean, yeah, that's basically a space station. No, I say you go with it. Give her perfect experience at this.
Sounds good.
All in favor over here.
And between Maya and Fairbanks, you can conclude that the other path, while it's not without value, it's just not value that's particularly relevant to you. The importance of the power going along this side, which made it look like both sides were equally interesting.
There's fine loot on both sides.
What's that?
So there's fine loot on both sides.
No, this side goes to basically a kind of entertainment center. They were rare on the Nox because they take up space. They were more suited for the few visitors that stayed on the Nox. But the value in this location would just be in extracting some of the data that they have, some of the media, if there was any Nox specific media, but even that would probably already be preserved by the fleet that has moved on. So Amaya and Fairbanks are able to fairly quickly make it through and explore that. There don't appear to be any walkers in their way, or at least none that are of any threat to Amaya. And so you've explored both paths and found that you took treasure from them. 20 minutes.
We got the useful treasure.
Gotcha.
Maybe useful treasure. Debatable value treasure.
Yeah.
Debatably treasure.
No, it's definitely treasure.
Just the value of it's debatable.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I view it.
Oh.
Is it even treasure? Anyways, my need for completion has been sated. Let us move on to Cornell.
Very good. Yeah, just hop back on your grav loader, and start along the way to Corin Road. The sun is setting. And excuse me. You are crossing along Gold Rush, basically going back around the side of it, and while you're leaving the Gold Rush crash site pile, you come across a kind of a strange scene. Hang on, I think I've got multiple pieces of music playing.
Oh, you mentioned it.
Oh my goodness. I
Right.
wonder how long that's been going.
I don't know. I don't see the one that's currently playing.
Well, this is a Roll20 problem that I've been having where it would be playing but not show that anything's playing.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to some upgrades that they claim are coming down the pipe, or just moving to Foundry. Oh, hang on real quick. My workaround has been to move all players to a map that is specifically set to stop all music from playing. There we go. Get that playing again. Okay. Yeah. You pass by a strange scene as you're making your exit from the Gold Rush Knox pile. There's a what looks like a reinforced entrance into the pile, into the wreckage, and along an arm of wreckage coming out of it, you see you first see the grav loader with a little bit of loot piled onto it, a little bit of salvage piled onto it, and then you see the salvagers, or at least 3 of them, that they appear to be standing looking at a crook of the wreckage, and in the fading light, just past them, trapped between them and this crook arm of the wreckage, are what look like squids. They're standing on wobbly little tentacles. They come up no more than a meter in height, and appear to be trapped between these salvagers and the wreckage.
Between other salvagers?
Yeah.
As in the salvagers seem to have threatened or cornered them? Or
The
they're like
salvagers seem to have threatened or cornered them. Let me move us back to the copy of the gridless grid, and I'll draw a quick little diagram.
Look, I'm all for any fight that lets me use my heavy machine gun.
We've got a reinforced entrance into the wreckage here, and coming off of it, basically like that, is arm of wreckage. You've got a couple of little squiddies. That's what squids look like.
Absolutely.
And they are surrounded at a few paces by salvagers. They're clearly carrying weapons. everyone roll me a notice check, and I don't think this one is qualifies for your bounty hunter yet.
Well, that's fine. I don't bounty hunt squid people. So rolling hot.
Is there? Can you give us even a hint of what we're trying to notice here?
This is situational awareness.
Okay, wisdom then.
Yes. Okay. Well, Archibald notices that off in this direction, about 50, 100. I may be getting too far off with measurements again, but yeah, I think that's actually about right. About a half football field to a full football field away, there's kind of a low rise in the terrain, and Marcus sees more squids that appear to be peering over that rise. They're looking in this direction, but they're also fairly far away, and the corrosive atmosphere is obstructive. So Archibald isn't able to make out much more detail than that.
They're ambushing the ambushers. Or something like that. Gosh, I'm just trying to think of why. Do we, I guess we could earn some goodwill if we help these people from getting ambushed by these squids. But I'm really kind of curious why they're picking a fight with the squids. How scary are these squids looking? I just feel like I can't be intimidated by a squid on land.
Are they like the Hanar from Mass Effect?
Are
they floating?
They're not floating. They are actually standing on their tentacles.
Okay.
But
so,
are they glowing and trying to communicate?
My read of this situation is not that we would be helping these salvagers deal with the squids. I have a feeling that what we're seeing here is an execution while the other squids look on in horror.
That's, I don't know, might be a better take. But I don't know. For some reason, I feel like we're gonna find out these squids are much more menacing than they sound. Than that the ones on the hill are going to ambush these scavengers.
As your grav loader is approaching nearer, and Archibald did get an excellent read on situation. You see, looks like a larger squid. Dead. Laying on the ground.
Oh god, they killed the mother. See, I don't know.
And to make things even more confusing,
we got this whole morally gray situation here as a dead person, isn't it?
Nope, just the legs. Just legs.
I would argue that's still a dead person.
Oh, okay. Well, then yes, you've got a dead person there.
Some big ass legs, I think.
Not to scale.
Squid people just ate Goliath.
They look human-sized.
Well, regardless, they're still apparently capable of making parts of a person disappear. So, I guess I don't know about y'all. I feel like we just gotta keep an eye on the because I mean they have. It seems like there's not really a way that they're be threatened by the two they've got cornered, right? So I feel like we just keep an eye on their flanks for them and just see how this goes down, right? But we want to be more proactive.
I just want to see.
As Archibald is gonna point, it's like, yeah, that's an interesting scene and all, and there's more over that hill there if y'all are curious.
With Archibald pointing them out, you can all see them. Can't hear you, Knox.
Well, gosh, dang it. I'm not super sure we're needed here, like at all. Back up now. Not a little bit.
All I heard is that you're not super sure of something.
If we're needed here at all.
Okay, gotcha.
I mean, we can provide Overwatch. Archibald, you got that big old cannon in the bag there. Maybe give him some cover. Looks like a messy situation though, and the only question is, are we going to get caught in the middle whether we want to or not?
I mean, if your GM were pedantic, he would say that you're already in the middle, as your grav loader literally drives, or well, floats between the two situations.
Oh, okay,
Well,
that puts a whole new spin on things.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no to opportunity to use the heavy machine gun. We went all the trouble to bring it here. I imagine this acid's not great for it. I got to use it before it breaks.
The acid is not great for it. Nope, still,
Knox has been replaced by a robot.
Well, Knox wasn't a robot all along.
Knox, are you able to type it? I don't know if Knox can hear us.
Better use the in-game chat window.
Oh. Damn it, Tulare. It just occurred to me what you meant. That window is so useless.
No, it's already giving me great joy.
I don't want you to have joy.
I only just learned about it, and I'm already loving this thing.
All right, I feel like this is a good place to end the session. No,
I mean,
kidding.
it might be if you think that this next scene is going to take more than half an hour to play out.
Well, more than 15 minutes because I still want to get the timing right on our post-session reviews so that I'm not constantly keeping people past our session.
Look, I don't think it's gonna take more than 15 minutes if my heavy machine gun still works.
So, let
Yeah,
me get your ideas. What your plan is? Are you? It sounds like you want to get involved in this in some way. And by the
Yes.
way, I do want to say that when I said you are already in the middle of it, that was being purely pedantic. You can keep on driving and be not in the middle of it within 30 seconds. But I'm sure Tulare knew that.
I reckon we'll earn some goodwill. But I think I'd still rather wait to see that the squids start aggressing.
Okay. So then,
I
are you?
actually wasn't sure. I mean, because I don't know what our exit vectors look like. This terrain is constrained.
Okay.
So it was not absolutely certain that we could get out of here safely without putting ourselves dangerously close to the other squids.
So let me. I'll just put a completely almost transparent line through. That was a poor color choice.
I think it's fine. It definitely
Okay.
doesn't look like pee.
I think I can change it. There we go.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, and again, this is not to scale. You are not actually this close to either side of this. You're
We could just angle and just run these people over.
you are about, let's just say you're about 50 meters from both sides of the action. You're about 15 meters from the hill where Archibald saw the squids, and from the salvagers and whatever's going on over here. So you just happened to be traveling along between 20 and 50 meters away from the wreckage because you don't need to be that close to it, and it cut a cleaner line. And saw this. Your escape vector is just keep driving and you're out of it.
So here's what I'm thinking is we basically just kind of like, pull up alongside them, bring to their attention those squids, and get ready to fire upon those squids on the back if they start coming. I guess I'm curious. I am kind of curious what the scavengers have to say about what's happened here, but it looks like a tense situation. I'm gonna hope that the squids aren't sentient, but there's not really a known and sentient, like sentient aliens is not, or sapient aliens is not really a thing in this sector that anyone's aware of, right?
There are a couple.
Oh, I guess there's the Sioux.
There's a Sioux, and then there's the creatures on, I believe it's the planet named Halea.
Aren't the Trin also alien?
The Trin are genetic engineered humans.
They're divergent from human.
Yeah.
I thought that they were alien all along.
Oh no, that is one of the things that I do not care for in my sci-fi is human-shaped aliens, unless they came from humans.
You didn't tell me they were human-shaped.
Oh wow. Yes. They look like Nova from Guardians of the Galaxy, or Nebula.
They're blue humans.
Yeah.
They look like Nova from Raza.
Yes.
Nova's a Trin?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Nobody tells me anything.
I'm pretty sure we've told you this, but I don't know. I do assume a lot of things.
I take pretty good notes because I forget things, but that's not something that I noted.
Okay,
and I knew that the other one, the lady with the white hair, is an android.
Mm-hmm.
I guess technically a gynoid.
Fair point.
I believe android has come to be gender neutral.
I don't think.
Okay.
I don't know. Were you talking about Android or were you talking about Libra? I thought you were talking about Libra.
Libra.
But back to this situation. So yes, there are sentient alien life in the sector. Those the known ones are the Sioux, and those over on Halea. The alien life forms on Halea are protected by a galactic mandate, basically kind of Starfleet non-intervention policy.
Anyways, I suppose the relevancy here is we're not aware of any sapient aliens on this planet.
No.
Correct? Okay. Well, then there goes the moral thing. We're just killing wild animals. Assuming we kill them, which... Well, if we're to find out these scavengers are going to shoot on us, and it's going to all go to shit. Anyways, is anyone opposed to basically pulling up and hailing these people?
Whoops. That was,
Versus Zero.
What?
Weird.
Because it's a disposition die. I clicked the wrong button. I should actually keep that roll, but that's fine. A neutral's fine also.
You don't want us to have positive interactions, huh?
No, I don't want you having any positive interactions. No, I can keep the 8.
That wasn't an 8. Oh, that's the same. That's the same one, isn't it?
No, it was an 8 with a +2.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm saying an 8. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I see. It's actually got a mod.
And that actually is positive. Yeah. Yeah,
It's whichever.
there was a positive mod because you're clearly with the whole company here. You're rolling up in
Oh,
a grav
scavenger.
loader. They recognize all that.
Yeah.
So I may have played my hand there. I thought you guys, I thought you had decided that you were going to roll up and basically inform them of what appears to be an impending ambush, and interact with them.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, and no one's gainsaid it yet. So
That is true. All
speak
right.
now, forever hold your peace.
I'm okay with this plan.
You think it'll lead to drama? You're probably
Sweet
right.
charging. Sorry, that was
I
at
hope
2%.
I hope it leads to combat, wherein I can lay down suppressing fire.
Okay. As you float up to the scene here, this one that's nearest to your path hears the hum and whine of the grav loader, looks over and gives you a wave as you initially appear to be passing by, but glances over again when that position changes and you're on a direct intercept course. And while
Just
still,
casually waving at us as they're holding these things in the corner.
yep.
Okay, not so. This is an everyday thing for them.
And while still keeping an eye on the squids over here and actually leveling his rifle at them, he kind of turns and walks to meet you. The loader floats up and slows to a stop. He activates external speakers, I guess, and he greets you. Oh, fellow salvagers.
Howdy there. Just I guess curiosity killed the cat and all. I'm a little bit curious about what's going on here, but thought it might be worth bringing to your attention that you got some more of those squid-looking things looking down at you from the hill over here. Just like jerk my thumb out that way.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about. I don't know if they ambush hunters or something.
Yeah. Steals a glance over at his contained situation over here, and then looks over, squints across the hill. Oh yeah. Yeah, maybe we'll hunt them down too. No, they're not going to ambush us.
Oh, all right. You mind if I ask what in the world happened here? I didn't.
Just hunting dinner, I guess you could say. Yeah, these things are pretty awful. See those legs over there?
Yeah, that's the whole curiosity thing, you know.
They walk around on them.
The human-looking legs over there.
Yep. Wrap their tentacles around and just use them like stilts. Sickening. Put every one of these that I see down.
Sarge was gonna scratch his helmet. It's like, huh? The heck? Do they look like they're like fresh legs, or like they look like they've been here for a while?
He knocks. The legs look like they've been here for a while.
Okay, so not like a freshly killed. Well, I guess that really good if but no, not in character. But yeah. Anyone else got any input on this? They seem to have everything under control and don't seem worried at all. Questions about the squids walking around on people leg stilts?
I want to know where they got the legs.
Well, I'm sure there's plenty of legs just laying around on this planet.
No, I'm not sure of that.
lot of people on that station, Oogie.
And most of them still connected to their legs.
Not those.
Oh, they just get them
What?
from what
Now-
you call humans walking around here.
I suppose if I were a scientist, I'd be asking, what the hell's the evolutionary advantage of that?
I guess we could, at the very least, collect a sample and send it up for processing.
Yeah, the salvager that you're talking to says that these legs that this one was walking on look like they're from the what passes for humans here. And you're closer now. You can see that there's no clothes on the legs. They have a corroded, kind of slimy quality to them. They look like you'd see in maybe a comic book someone who had been irradiated their entire life. And he says,
Entire
"No,
short
that's
life.
just one of the natives." You haven't seen any of the Nox, not Nox, the anti-walkers, have you?
We've seen some ones coated in bone.
No, those come from the Nox.
Oh, you're saying they're native to Anti?
Yeah. Yeah, Paris seems some of them survived the what do they call it? Nox something? You know, when the whole planet went to shit.
Oh, I didn't do all that homework.
Yeah, well, we didn't either. I only saw a pack of them, and they're raving lunatics.
As opposed to, well, I guess that's important to clarify what type of lunatics they are. If you got things under control, any of y'all,
Yeah,
looking at
these things are no
rest of the
threat.
people, yeah, look at people in the loaders. Like, I mean, y'all, yeah, I mean, whatever y'all want to do, I think Archibald's fine with it. I mean, I'm a little sad I don't get to use the heavy machine gun unless things take a turn for the worse. So,
He actually
that's it.
looks over at the machine gun and says, "You could probably gun all of them down right now. I'll pay you for the ammo."
Fine by me, I guess.
All right, and I think that's a great place to call it a session.
And then we hear calling out as the squid lights up, Mother dearest. We got a Bambi situation.
So, let me move us over into review. Before I move us over into review, is there anything that anybody else wants to say about the scene or in character for the scene?
Or, maybe stop me from mowing down the squids.
Oh no, we'll
No,
give you a whole week for that.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
for next week. That's for next week.
Okay.
Oh,
I
actually,
feel like we're going down a bad road here. I don't know
No.
how, but I feel
It's-
like we are.
I mean, it's only bad if they're sapient, right?
They might
That-
be
that's how it
sapiens.
works.
Well,
I'm
this
not
is the
seeing any
most easily
signs.
avoidable encounter we've had in both campaigns.
Yes, but how many times have we had a heavy machine gun trained on them? On targets.
I keep forgetting. Do any of you have the focus that lets you speak all the languages? I think no. One of you almost
No.
did, and then
No.
dismissed it. Went with
That
something
was
else.
Oogie.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I had started with diplomat, but then you showed me shrewd merchant.
Right.
You taunted him.
Is anybody concerned about whether they are sapient or not, and trying to assess that? from what you can see here. Does someone want to open Pandora's box of moral quandary?
Archibald's not that deep a thinker. Definitely no ulterior motives either.
I mean, listen, if they come into this camp and we're trying to sell the legs that they were walking on, then we might have some common ground. But as it is, I don't think that they're worth talking to anyway.
If Archibald were more scientifically think, I'd be wondering, like, why the hell do they even do that? That's just a weird like evolutionary. How does that come about? Then again, evolutionary. How does this planet have life on it? So, who knows?
On a moral standpoint, this dude seems like he's just going around killing them for kicks.
Well, maybe they just really
Yeah.
don't like seeing things walking with.
I'm generally
like,
not inclined to agree with someone who's going around killing things for kicks, even if they are just animals. Fucking PETA would like to have a word with you there.
Damn, yeah, you are making a good point. Anyways,
I see you have a turret. Let's gun down fucking dogs.
well, see, when you bring it to real, like, making it real, Jesus. That's a fair point.
I mean, the other comparison might be you're not just gunning down dogs. You might be gunning down a pack of wild dogs that happens to be looming hungrily on the edge of your property.
Yeah, but also, again, if the legs were a scavenger, it's one thing. But if the fact that it's supposedly one of the native humans that could have died of other causes too, it's like, I don't know.
If it just picked up the legs and is wandering around, yeah, that's one thing.
There's no evidence. Well, and I guess these people clearly aren't worried about that. Aren't considering the squids a threat, right?
He said they're not a threat at all. They don't pose a threat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So he was just saying, yeah, let's just fucking murk them. Why not? We're here. When in Rome, murder the dogs.
We could murder the scavengers.
Oh, wait a minute.
Which would maybe not.
There's a Far Side comic that's appropriate to this.
Oh, really?
All right, go ahead and post that up. But I'm gonna say that sounds like we do need more discussion. My concern with leaving the decision until later is I believe your schedule says that you are maybe out next session.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, you're most likely not.
Yes. Because I don't know when I'm getting home.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I mean, I'll probably lean. Given the facts, particularly them being not a non-threat, I feel like Archibald will be stood down pretty easily if sentiment goes that way.
Okay, so then why don't you guys discuss it over the weekend, over the week, and I'll try to play Archibald as being down to shoot, but also being easily swayed.
Easily talked down from it. Yes.
Okay.
That seems fair. And if I shoot him, Archibald will live with it.